Hopefully we go live in a second. I didn't actually test out the stream key.
Yeah.
And we're live. We made it. Okay.
You did a thing.
Oh.
I pulled up the op.ggs for all the gold teams.
Okay.
Just in case it gets that deep. I don't know.
You'll need those next week though. Not this week.
Okay.
This week we're trying not to talk about teams or anything.
Okay, that's fair.
Trying to save our content here. But also, I mean, there could be, 6 more teams by tomorrow.
Yeah.
I know there's at least 2 or 3 more LKC teams that should be applying here shortly.
Hunger Bunger's team is questionable. Have you looked at it at all?
Yeah.
Especially Blue Wizard, you're telling me season 4, 5, 6 plat, season 7 gold, and then just doesn't even play this season? Like,
Hey, the rest of the team's silver though, Also, we're on stream. We gotta keep it civil here.
I mean, it's gonna come out when Austin sees it anyways. Plus, I'm civil as fuck.
Not gonna go trade uppercuts just yet.
I mean, well, that's just an invitation. It's not like I want to or I'm seeking it out. I'm just saying it's available. Yeah, this render is basically dead at this point. What's our guest next week?
I have some ideas, but I don't have an official one yet.
Yeah, I got you.
We might go guestless because I think that we can probably talk on our own for over an hour about it.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna cipher through lineups for sure, just gold cap alone, cover that.
Yeah.
Do you want me to make like a 15-minute countdown that we can roll?
I have a 5-minute countdown set to go, and it's a different one than the LKC one, but we'll see if it's buggy or not. I didn't actually try it either. That's good beta testing for the stream. Should I post this in GetRECalled? Oh, somebody else did it. Okay.
Big Bomber 6, who's that? They want to be guests next week.
Tonight, I want to talk to you about violence in our cities.
I don't know what this music is. I picked the newest Monster Cat thing, and it's a little aggressive for me, honestly.
I will use whatever force is necessary to restore order.
I muted the stream so I could hear it.
Yo, get that ass up, apparently.
Yeah, it's got a lot of that Skrillex wub wub wub.
Yeah, it's a bit wub wubby for my taste. I can handle some electronic music, but it's just a bit much for me. Try to pick stuff that we won't get, copyright struck for.
Yeah, yeah, it's easy to do these days too. And honestly, I'm surprised about a lot of that.
Yeah. I mean, luckily, what I'll be putting on YouTube will just be the podcast, but rather than having anybody watch it on Twitch and just be like super quiet.
Like I've been really interested ever since. So like even when I was raiding in WoW, um, I would make little videos of our raids and stuff, and like a 25-man raid that's potentially 24 voices other than mine that I didn't necessarily get permission to broadcast.
Hmm.
And so I always wondered when that's going to play out in court at some point in time.
I already have a question if the show's being recorded. Yeah. Um, this like pre-show banter isn't, but the actual meat of the thing will be recorded.
Show the video of our. Okay, I already know who Big Bomber 6 is.
I don't know why y'all can't just have the same league name as Twitch name, or at least similar enough, NCS on YouTube. Yeah, we'll maybe I'll check that out or check out Heimels for next week while we're just hanging out. We'll start the 5-minute timer here in a second. Wow. I hate this volume slider. Like it's either like I'm just trying to keep it above mute, but like make sure it's audible. That's alright. We'll try that.
I just killed that render. I'll probably just upload this one. It's not like there are a lot of changes to it, anyways, on the final cut.
Hey, we then I can't call it the sneak peek,
Yeah, you can. It's not uploaded yet.
Yeah, but it's not the directed extended cut or whatever.
Oh, well, director's cut something different.
I really appreciate this timer. Like you can play or pause it, you got the reset, and then right underneath that, do you need support? I just feel really really touched by that. Okay, hopefully the timer started. Or will start here in a second.
It's like any second.
It's counting down
Oh.
on that, but it is not counting down on the website. Yeah, I'm still showing just 5 minutes on the thing.
Yeah, same.
I'm just gonna reset it, start it again. And if that didn't work, then I got nothing. There it goes. Okay. We're good. We'll be starting a couple seconds late.
GG, game over. Are you just gonna go right into the video, or are you gonna like talk first?
No, I got the intro video and then that one,
Ah,
which I should
good.
queue up.
So we get like an extra 6 minutes. So
Hey, that intro video is only 30. No, it's not even 30 seconds. It's like 16 or 17. I don't remember.
all right, so 5 minutes and what? And that.
It makes it look more efficient. It's like the Riot intro, you know?
Yeah.
I also have no idea how loud this is gonna be, so.
Crank it, man. No, none of the volumes peak, so it should be fine.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm playing the YouTube video at like 10%, and right now I've got VLC sitting at solid 97.
Well, guess we'll test and try.
We'll find out pretty quick. I might not exist at that point, but you know. Just done in completely with the sound. You played versus High last night in solo queue? Man, I played against Saint Vicious once, and we camped him. That was a good time. I don't know why he was playing Team Builder like back in the day, but he was doing it. No more power to him. I don't think High's actually played League that much recently, if I remember.
But now science has opened the door.
Yeah. I usually keep nameplates off. Like, I have no idea. I don't pay attention to the load screen either, so I doubt I've played with anyone important. Unless they were just, like, smurfing and memeing.
Don't have any. I haven't actually seen the video yet. I just got sent it, so this will be a treat. We might have a Maris reacts to the video.
Yeah.
Maybe make the clock big and centered, by the way. Okay. I could just do it now, but that's the easy way out. I just wanted to make sure we had something that was animated. Anyway.
I mean, if you want, I can animate the whole thing.
It just says Mark really big.
That's
As we're talking over the intro. Perfect. Okay.
They've started it up. Paranoia's available, but he's got no vision to see if he can get into the back line. It's a half HP. The Parallel Converge comes in. Scrambles is gonna go in. Is the shockwave gonna come down? He steals it again! He stole it again! Watch out, Ryrex. He's got the ball in a good position. Zenith Blade Blade connects, and there's the Zanya's Hourglass. Chrono Break is available, and the Spray and Pray comes out. TP Killer gets away with the help of that one. Jean McLeod flipped him out of the Solar Flare, but it doesn't matter. Too much damage. Triple kill for Irexi, and that's going to be the ace and likely the game for Eyes Low.
They have the minis, they have the damage. Fantastic job. Props to Leona, the only member in the game to not die. Dropping the disrespect flash. Well, I mean, they win.
Yeah, don't need the summoners when the next is dead. Eyes Low, #1 seed from the OKLCS, have won the Midwest Summer Classic.
What is the future for you as a player and Eyes Low as a team?
Well, I mean, you pretty much saw like our team, our plat team for next split.
Wait, who's caught who? Dayabusa, a Dark Binding lands onto the Lulu, and Tronlor is gonna get taken down. Dragon's descended in the back line, but he's got no backup. Windwell comes out, but a Rupture knocks out Dr. Gills. He's beasted down from 80%. Parallelogram is running for his life, but he's gonna get chased down. Rylai slow, and Mounting Dread a triple kill for 4th shot to end it all. The ace return to the middle six from the losers bracket. They dropped one, but they don't care. They will relive the Platinum Capped finals from 2 seasons back. They took down Oklahoma Platinum Rush, and they've done it again. Right, so you are Demon Print, mid laner for Return of the Middle Sticks. First off, how does it feel to have won the Midwest Summer Classic, representing League KC and taking down #1 seed in the OKLCS?
Pretty solid, to be honest. It was pretty tough. Especially that last game had us on edge after kind of a rough early start.
Hey everyone, it's Ariel, Aripanda West, your favorite GetRECalled staff member, and I'm here to welcome you guys to the Fall 2018 split of OKLCS and League KC. Insert super cool noise music here. Just kidding. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about the OKLCS and League KC. They are both a 10-week League of Legends season where teams across 3 divisions, Gold, Platinum, and Diamond, compete against each other online for a 10-week season. Now for leagues with 8 or more teams in the division, we have a 1-week online quarterfinals, and then those top 4 teams are invited to the LAN semifinals and finals, location to be determined. There's still time to register. Registration is closing August 18th, 11:59 p.m.
Whatever your reason for playing, OKLCS League KC are about passion. Whether that's passion for your community, passion for competition, passion for just hanging out with your friends. It's just something that we all really care a lot about. That's why we come out and participate. That's why we watch the streams. That's why we make the memes. And that's what makes it special. So we hope that you guys really enjoy the split. I think it's going to be a good one. Thanks again. Oh, well, that's it for the video. So the only thing left to do is to go out and register for LCS or League KC. You could do that at getrecalled.club/eventreg. Reg. EVNTREG. / that after getrecalled.club. But C. Yep. Oh, you go do that. Waiting. Right here. Yep. Just recording, so I can get here all day. No, I don't even gotta watch. Lying to you. Watch on the computer though.
So there's the world premiere of our hype video for the split. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I know I had a couple of moments where I started cracking up. Luckily, I have a mute button, so.
As he's supposed to talk.
Whatever works. So without any further ado, let's why is that off-centered? Let me fix that really quick. Hold on, this is the high quality production value that you've come to expect.
It's Travis Gafford level of production.
The whole thing is just shifted very slightly. There we go. So without any further ado, this is the Get Wrecked Recall. It's going to be a podcast that we're doing this whole season. My name is Aaron Meristematic Dillsaver. With me is Nathan Scrambles. I just Smith Worsniak is what I said earlier, but that's still wrong. Yeah.
Good enough.
Um,
It's within the error of margin. Margin of error. I don't know.
Anyway, our goal this split is 1 hour shows every single week, 30 minutes of Scrambles and I talking about all things OKLCS and League KC, and then we're going to have 30 minutes with a special guest. Our guest later on is going to be Aripanda, so you guys can look forward to listening to her rather than us for a little while. If you have questions during it, we're going to try to keep up with Twitch chat as much as we can. You can also ask them on Twitter. I'll send out a post couple hours before the show each week where you can ask questions for either us or for our guest that week. My Twitter's at MeristematicSC, and I hope that Get Wrecked and League KC will probably retweet it as well if you're following them. But during our segment, our goal is to recap everything that's happened during the week in LKC and OKLCS, and then the 30 minutes is going to be the 30 minutes after that is just going to be to meet some of the I don't want to say important members of our community because I don't plan to keep it as only important people, but just get to know some people in our community and what makes them tick and whatnot. And also to give us an outlet for having a combined LKC and OKLCS hub to grow for. So hopefully LKC people can see some of the OKLCS teams and meet their players and vice versa, and we can just strengthen our community and grow that way. So this week, our agenda, you're going to meet us. We're going to be talking with a lot of people on stream, so it might as well behoove you to learn a little bit about us so that you know where we're biased and what we like and that sort of thing. Then we're going to go over league format and new rule changes for the split and just kind of set the table for what's to come. And then after that, we'll have our question and answer session with Aripanda. I don't know if you have anything to add.
No, sounds good.
Okay, cool. This is me. Yeah, my username is Meristematic. It's a type of plant tissue because originally, way back when, I wanted to be a botanist and then realized that plants are stupid and don't do anything. So, all of a sudden, became a lot less interesting to me. I went to college at Colorado State University, where I majored in biochemistry. I went to UMKC afterwards to finish my degree, but CSU is the important college and the important place in my heart. Getting into the community, I was recruited by the beautiful man in our Hardest Road logo, Mr. Wing Nation. Started in League KC Season 2. He was like, man, I really need a top laner. And I'm like, I've never played top lane before. So, I can play Gnar. I can play Renekton. Went in, subbed for him, did all right. We stomped the first game and then had a couple of struggles later on, but I really enjoyed scratching that sort of competitive itch that I hadn't really had because I don't like solo queue or duo queue. I think it's actually kind of not a great measure of what makes you good as a player, and that's not what I'm strong at least in terms of my League of Legends play. I consider myself more of a team player, and whatever I can do to help the team succeed is what I want to do. And there's too many egos, and I just don't like solo and duo queue. Flex, I can get around, but none of that. So I started with hired guns in season 2, started casting during season 3, and then we formed our own team last split. Went to the OKLCS where we were the double agents with Wing Nation and Scrambles specifically, and that LAN was a really fantastic experience, even though we got trashed pretty much the entire time. My my favorite champions are on the screen there, but Callista and Camille. I also really like Zoe, but saying that too loud gets you kind of
Shunned.
gets your hands cut off anymore. My favorite professional teams are Kingzone Dragon X and Africa Freaks. I would
Yeah, I
have
have
100.
questions.
I would have 100 Thieves on there, but they traded away my boy Meteos in like the worst way possible for no gain, and I just really can't support making really stupid decisions as a management staff. What questions do you have, Scrambles?
There we go. Okay, so Kingzone and Africa.
Mhm.
When did you make this slide?
When did I make this slide? It was earlier today, but
Because nobody likes Africa until now.
I've been enjoying Africa all split, honestly. Mostly because Keen has become uh, the best all-around top laner in my opinion in Korea. Uh, Khan is certainly stronger on carries, while Smeb is probably stronger than him on tanks. But all around, I'd take Keen, the top laner for Afrika. And the way that they do their drafting, even going back as early as 2-3 years ago, was we're going to leave open meta picks and counter them rather than just eat the red side bans that most of the other teams do. Um, yeah, I was an Afrika fan when they had Marin, and then kind of some turmoil, but Keen has brought my affection back to the Afrika Freaks. I also really like Kingzone Dragon X because they tend to just stick to their game. Although recently they've become meta slaves, and I don't.
Yeah, they're hurting, dude.
They're hurting pretty bad. But I used to like that they just stuck to their own game. They did whatever they thought was best, despite what the meta might dictate, and I really appreciated that. But yeah, now they're kind of meta slaves, and they put uh Khan on tanks, and that's not fun anymore.
Yeah, that's not good for them. And what happened to Peanut? You know?
Yeah, not really sure. If you guys missed the round 1 of the LCK playoffs, or I did say LCK. Okay.
Yeah, you said
I
it
always
right.
have to think about whether to say C or K first anymore.
Right. You guys make it confusing.
But yeah, Africa beat Kingzone 3-1, and they put Khan on like Cho'Gath and Gragas, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's me. I this season we got the boys back together, and by that I mean it's Wig Nation and I, and then we grabbed 2 members from Ghost, and we grabbed Psycho, and we're the hardest road, which is a really fantastic meme in and of itself, as I'm sure you can tell by the finely photoshopped logo. Shoutouts to Scrambles for photoshopping our logo, by the way.
Yeah, it was painful to do that, to be honest. Like, all the things I want to Photoshop onto Kevin Durant, Winged isn't one of them. Maybe bullet holes or something.
So that's me. Scrambles, take it away.
Okay. So yeah, it's Nathaniel Scrambles, Virginia. I got Scrambles from a show off of Adult Swim called Metalocalypse. Because it was a show about being in a band, and I played in bands back then. And Scrambles was the name Nathan Explosion gave to the hurricane that destroys Florida. It was Scrambles the Death Dealer. So I actually started playing World of Warcraft, and like my wife and I would sit there and just noob around and read quest text for like a couple hours a night. And I needed a name, and so we went with Scrambles. And I guess that's about as interesting as that gets. So as far as like getting into this scene goes, I kind of got played out on WoW. It got super casual, and I just didn't like it. And LFR became a thing, and I died inside. So I just started actually playing Heroes of the Storm because Blizzard gave me an alpha key. That was the first MOBA I played, and I had no idea what I was doing. And I still don't, but I really didn't then, even less. And all my buddies played League, and they all wanted me to play League. And I looked at Riot's website at like careers and stuff, and I found a couple positions that I felt I qualified for. But one of the last things, if you apply, besides all just the normal stuff and submitting your resume, is you got to link like your summoner name and stuff. So quite literally, I couldn't even apply for a job at Riot Games because I didn't play League. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll just get caved all my friends, start playing League. And that was really right about the time that was the same week or maybe the next week, Kindred got released. And so like I've always felt an affinity for that champion just because I'm glad that they're meta now. But I don't know, like Kindred just came out and like I got to play it a little bit and stuff, and they like their VO was like really dark and stuff. You know what I mean? There's like that deep seated like underlying tone of just I don't know. I thought it was cool, and also Echo Fox became a thing relatively soon to that as well. So I just kind of latched onto those two things with League as I kept playing with my buddies and growing into the scene and stuff. And then I remember season 2 of OKLCS. I was really just kind of in the OK Law group and stuff, and um, didn't know anybody or anything like that. But like, I kept talking to OK Dodds, and he had a team called Freelance Five, which is really just 5 dudes running around, and I would sub for them. And we ended up going to finals, and I got to sub in finals as well. So that was a really fun experience. And they just kind of grew from there. I've played on a bajillion different teams since, Pigs, Double Agents, with OGR this split. I really wish there was more continuity. If there's one thing I can say, like I do kind of hate the shuffle every season. I admire the fact that for the most part, like TLP kind of keeps it together season after season because that's how memes are generated. But it's just there's just always like this shakeup. And I saw a suggestion, where maybe we just have captains and everyone just kind of drafts people. I thought that was actually kind of cool because that's kind of how it works, anyways, right? I mean, the split ends, somebody wins, and then everybody just gets on the Facebook group or in the Discord, and you just kind of see where everybody lands, anyway. So why not just make it an official thing? But that's kind of how I got started and how I got into playing League. And like the videos thing, everyone likes to throw stuff at me about being a staff member of GetRECalled, which is partly true. I mean, it's true, but like I really just kind of make videos, and I'm responsible now just for like Twitch content, making sure things broadcast and look decent, like these epic slides. But
I will say that he's not responsible for anything, any content that is on any of these slides. I put them together in like 15 minutes earlier, so.
But I just went out and I used to make music videos because when you're starting a band, it's a lot like starting a business or anything else. You got to do everything yourself and you just backbone it all. And so I just kind of taught myself how to make videos and made like a million shitty videos. And then as you keep making them, they just get a little less shitty each time. So after about a million of them, it's not half as bad as when you started. And you can apply that to most anything.
Yeah, I will say, going back to the previous comment, it seems like 9 to 10 weeks is about when people start to get sick of each other. Like you can hold it together for that long during the season, but then it seems like there's usually some tension in, especially teams that didn't make it to playoffs that causes them to split apart. But
yeah, for sure. Well, even look at look at the Midwest Invitational, right? How many teams actually fielded their real roster? It's like once the finals are over, man, I don't know. Everyone just parts ways.
Yeah, I will say this man is also very buff. Mr. Scrambles is. You gotta. You're willing to trade uppercuts, and I would not want to trade uppercuts with you at LAN. So.
Well, again, it's just an invitation. It's not something that I'm seeking out actively, but I'm just open to the idea if it happens to be a thing.
Anyway, let's get into a little. That's us. If you have any questions, we're pretty open throughout the split, throughout whenever about personal stuff.
Yeah, well, and just like Maris said earlier, like we want it to be kind of dynamic and fluid. Where this is a show for Oklahoma and for Kansas or Missouri, whichever side you're on. It's just we want everyone to participate in this and have something that everybody can congregate around and be that like water cooler thing. I feel like in the seasons I've been involved, which is like 6 or 7 now, there's just like a lot of cool stuff that goes unnoticed. Like I don't know what's going on in Diamond Cap. They probably don't know what's going on in Gold Cap, but there's a lot of interesting things that hopefully people can latch onto and we can come here and talk about every week.
Yeah, for sure. So let's get into some of the meat of what we wanted to talk about then. The league itself. The format was already touched on by Ariel during the hype video that we played. But 9-week regular season followed by either 4 or 6 team playoffs. We're gonna have land semis and finals for OKLCS, which is gonna be in Oklahoma. Hopefully, we'll know the venue here before too long. And then the land finals, only the finals for LKC is going to be in Kansas City. Um, and the tentative date for that is either the 3rd or the 4th, which I know is also World Finals weekend. So
Yeah, but they're in Korea.
they are
So
in Korea. So it's still a little bit up in the air, but
you
we'll.
just get a case of Java Monsters and some pre-workout, and you're good.
But if you haven't played in either of the leagues before and are watching this for some reason to get your questions answered, games are played each week at times that are determined by each of the captains. And that's kind of the last league format point I wanted to make. If you have any questions about format, you've got myself, you've got Scrambles, you've got Aripanda in the chat. We're all here to answer questions about that sort of thing. You can also look at the official rule book online. But the thing we wanted to touch on the most is going to be new rules for this season. If you want to start us off. Maybe.
I'm sorry, what's it?
Oh, start us off with some new rules.
Oh, let me get there.
You got to talk half the time too. Got to pull the weight.
That's not how I work. If Sonya agrees, if either OKLCS or LKC League division has fewer than 6 teams, it will merge with the other league. Are we going to unpack these, or do you just want to go over them?
We can unpack them. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, let's just say this. I mean, if I look at the discords, like the LKC discords, I mean, it's gonna get merged. I guess that's the skinny of it, right?
Yeah, there's still an outside chance I think at Gold Division staying separate. But for sure the Platinum and Diamond divisions are going to merge for both leagues.
Well, is there going to be a Diamond division?
That's also
in LKC.
Right now there's 2 teams apiece in Plat and Diamond combined between the 2 leagues. LKC I think is trying to put a Diamond team together. I haven't really kept up with it. If there's any LKC Diamonds out there, make a team for sure. At least get us represented. Because you were talking all last split about there not being a Diamond division, and now that there is, we don't have a team. But yeah, if you haven't signed up yet, signups end soon, so it'd be good to do that.
Yeah, because Jack's literally still waiting at his computer because he doesn't have his watch, and he's gonna be stuck there till you sign up.
This is gonna couple in, but teams from the merged region. So if your region doesn't have enough to sign up, which looks like LKC for gold specifically, then your team has to send 3 players to LAN, which is going to be in Oklahoma rather than the full 5, which should at least help you out, give you some options to not have to rally the troops and get a hotel room and whatnot like we did last split. But yeah, you got to send 3 at least to the LAN.
Yeah, I mean it's still fun though if you do get to do that. Like, I've made a couple of trips to OKC even, and I don't live that far away, but I still just got a room, took the kids. We made a day of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I will say last split we took 4 of us from Kansas City to well, we stayed in Oklahoma City, but the LAN was in Norman, and it was a good time. It was really fun.
Yeah, the OU Innovation Hub, if that's where it lands again this split, once we got the internet going, was actually really cool. I really liked it. I hope we do get it again.
It was pretty crazy. Like I think there were 11 teams there, so that's 55 people just like talking about League all over the place, and you got to meet people that you'd played against and with on stream, and it was a really cool experience. Like,
I wish there was a better workaround for getting coverage for everybody, like not just like live streaming the diamond cap, or even if it were a different cap, even if it were gold cap, which I'm affectionate to. Like it just, I don't know. The other 2, like getting broadcast later is awesome, but it does lose that little like oomph while you're playing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're playing there live and you know that the viewing room is packed and they're just reacting to everything that happens in your game, I mean, if you can hear it or not, dude, that's got to feel good.
Yeah. So anyway, coupling into some of those other points, if your team can't make the playoffs for some reason, the next highest ranked team that didn't make playoffs is going to replace them this split, no matter what. And that's an official rule rather than just something they're trying to do this split. Playoff attendance is mandatory to receive prizing. If you, for instance, maybe finish second in League KC and then don't show up to the LAN final, you don't get any prize.
Yeah, and you know, I I don't hate it because I get it. Um, I just, man, like if you watch like the videos and stuff, or you listen to Jack talk, we don't talk about pricing much, man. It's all about like the glory and stuff. Like, if you're running a P&L statement on where you're going to finish and if it's worth the drive, I question kind of like not necessarily why you signed up or whatever, but like that was something that you acknowledged when you signed up to play, in my opinion. You know, can't speak for GetRECalled, even though I'm quote unquote staff member. I only make videos. I'm just saying, like, I understand when I sign up, I'm making a commitment to be at the finals wherever they may be held because it's to be determined. Like literally, Jack could get on stream next week and be like, "Hey, you know, they're in Alva, which is out in the Panhandle. You might as well drive to Amarillo, you know." But that's what I signed up for whenever I started playing for that. Again, that's just me. So I'm glad that's a rule though about getting you got to go to get prizing.
Yeah. Other new official rules: teams have to use 2 members from their starting roster each week. Also, you should. I guess it's not completely mandatory, but there is a official starting roster change form if you do need to make that substitution during the season. But you're required to have 2 people on that starting roster in your match each week, so maximum 3 subs. I think it should be a little bit harsher personally, but that's the rule we're trying this split, I guess.
Yeah, there's a Tulsa would be closer for Kansas people, but there's really not an amazing venue for that, you know. Um, I mean, we could probably find one, and actually, the city of Tulsa has made comments about wanting to be like that place in the United States. Actually, they, are thinking about throwing down and investing heavily in esports just to be like the spot. They want Tulsa to be synonymous with like esports, and that's where you go. But we'll see if that ever happens, and if it does, it'll be years, and by then it'll be too late. So, but I agree, Tulsa would be nice because I'm like 20 minutes from Tulsa.
I'm not. Just throwing that out there. So anyway, yeah, 2 players from your starting roster each week. So make sure you keep your starting rosters updated throughout the split, as it'll just benefit you and make sure you're not breaking any rules and get automatic forfeits and things like that. Also, official rule is that there's no meta enforcement. Basically, we can load into game and I'm listed as the top laner, but I can play whatever position I want. It wasn't explicitly a rule last split, but has been written in. So, and I know we had some issues, especially in LKC, with teams thinking that there was meta enforcement, but there isn't. So don't stress over it.
Something else I see a lot is lobbies and drafts and things like that. They don't necessarily have to be an LCS order. So there's also no rule that I've seen saying that you have to state what position people are going to be playing. There is a rule you have to state whether or not you're using subs. Most captains I interact with are super cool, and like we just share the information anyways, because at the end of the day, I mean, are you really going to pull a super fast one on someone like, oh shit, Scrambles went mid and played Malzahar? We did that once with Wing to put him on Talia jungle. Like, I mean, once you hit the loading screen, that shock value is already over. And at the end of the day, you turn nameplates off and you're just playing against the champion anyways. So everyone just be cool, share some info. It's fine,
Yep. And then our last bit of new rule, if captains can't come to an agreement about of time to play, they're supposed to turn over availabilities for their team over to the tournament organizer, and the tournament organizer will pick a date and time that the game will be played. So for OKLCS, I believe, I actually don't know who the new tournament organizer is on the spot. For League KC, that person is Psycho8. I'm assuming that he'll be able to help out at least, even if we do full merge into OKLCS. I don't know who the new tournament organizer is for OKLCS. So hopefully someone tells us that. But the tournament organizer will determine a time.
Spoiler alert, it's not me. I mean, if I'm on and I need to help out in a pinch, I will. But like,
Ari
make
always did
videos.
mediations. Okay, so Aripanda is our official tournament organizer, I guess. So, yeah, I don't remember if I have another slide or not. Oh, I don't. Oh god. Oh god, we skipped everything. Okay.
On fire.
So yeah, if you guys have any questions about format or rules, go ahead and throw them at us. If not, we're gonna go ahead and grab our guest for the day. And oh, she's already ready. Perfect. Hello.
Hello, how are you guys?
Doing all right.
Yay.
So, go ahead and introduce yourself for all of our loving fans out on the internet here.
Sure.
Talk
Okay.
about everything on the slide.
All right, on the slide. Got it. I see it. All right. Hey, my name's Ariel, Aripanda West. I am 25. I graduated from OSU with a marketing strategic communications degree in 2015. I recently got into cosplay. That's why you see Star Guardian Janna. Leona's my favorite champion. Oh gosh, I don't know. GSM's kind of, I joined GSM when I started dating Thomas back in 2016. Yeah, wow, it's almost been 2 years. So I kind of became the GSM mom, and I got us the logo, I got us the jerseys, just because I'm extra like that. And I've always competed in Diamond Capped my entire league career because all my friends are in Diamond, and I just liked the competitiveness and the overall atmosphere of Diamond. I just got along with those people the best. I am not going to be on a Diamond Capped team this split. I've actually joined Return of the Middle Sticks, an LKC Platinum Cap team. So I'm coming over to the LKC to compete as the lone Oklahoma player on Return of the Middle Sticks and probably in League KC. And yeah, that's mainly me.
That's the NA versus EU transfer.
Right.
OKLCS took all of the LKC players. Now we're getting one back at least.
I'm an import, and of course I had to, join Shivam. He's a great guy. So
So what differences do you notice playing with a Diamond Cap team compared to playing in a Platinum League?
oh my gosh, a lot actually. But it's kind of hard to say because the Return of the Middle Six guys are pretty high in Platinum. They play at a pretty impressive level. But with Diamond, a lot of it's usually knowing your map rotations and knowing where the jungler is at all times. That's probably been the biggest difference. And being a support, like, it's always been my job to ward, so I'm out there scouting around and stuff. But even though I'm the support, my top laner, my jungler, my mid laner, they all are aware of your basic jungle patterns and paths and your lane matchups. So I'd say those are probably the two biggest differences. But also, Platinum players just really struggle with closing games. They don't like to just end games. It's like, oh, I killed a bunch of people. All right, we're gonna go back to farming. We're not gonna take this objective for whatever reason, or get deep wards in their jungle while they're dead, so we can know what they're gonna do on the rotation back. So that's been a little bit of an adjustment.
Is that not like every elo?
I mean, you see it at different, like, varying amounts in different elos. But with, Platinum, you're kind of in this interesting position where you're good enough mechanically to feel confident at the game, but really there's so much you don't know at the game, and that's kind of the difference between Platinum and Diamond, in my opinion. Is a Platinum player can have really good mechanics, but they're really not, that macro level of play like Diamond players are.
I see some shade in the chat.
Yeah, there's a question I had loaded. Walk me through the process GSM uses when making Baron calls.
Oh, joy. So just a disclaimer, I was always the one saying, why are we going to Baron? Which is funny because, like, I was the only Platinum player on the team, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? Why are we doing this? We don't need to go there right now. Like, we only killed one person. I don't think we should go to Baron off of that. But I don't know. I think a lot of it was I don't know, realizing what level the enemy jungler is, and that a higher level enemy jungler can outsmite you. So honestly, I couldn't tell you. I was not a part of the GSM Baron decision making.
So I have a question on Twitter from Wing Nation. He asked, which team is the biggest meme team?
The biggest meme team, like in just overall OKLCS, or are you talking a specific division?
That was a question I had that I didn't get an answer to. So whatever you want
Okay.
to talk about.
Well, in Gold Capped, it's obviously our veterans taste like purple. They have literally gotten third every single season. It's just like, it's funny. It's kind of, it feels bad because, like, gosh, they've been here and like they've been a team in gold for so long. They're like a pillar of the community, and I want them to like win second or first. And then it's just like, oh, gotta win third for the memes. But in Platinum Capped, it's a lot harder to say. No one really, like, I feel like the Platinum Cap teams and the OKLCS anyway, they kind of took the game a little more serious. I guess that's maybe why we saw two teams drop out and, you know, get frustrated or angry over losses, maybe. That might be another difference between Plat and Diamond, by the way, is temperament usually. And then in Diamond Capped, obviously in the OKLCS, it was, you know, Chris Mosher's team. Mosher in himself is a meme of the Diamond Capped OKLCS community. So any team he's on is going to be a meme. But pair Chris Mosher with John Weenie Edwards, it was just spicy. The Weens are just those people that do not take life seriously at all. It was just, they're great people. It's great to be around them. They're fun. They're always laughing and memeing. And it can kind of tick other people off. I, you know, could tell a couple people were getting mad that the Weens, they're supposedly this meme team, but they're also good, and they won first place in the OKLCS, and like that really made people mad because it just doesn't seem like they should be good. But I think those would be the memes in OKLCS. Now, I don't have as much knowledge about the LKC, obviously, because I just came over here. I've been in the Discord for a year now, meeting people and stuff like that, but I didn't obviously participate in their seasons, so I can't say for them.
Yeah,
So
I will say that there hasn't been teams don't really seem to stick around for some reason. So um,
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
it,
And I don't know why. That's something I've always like been looking into as well. I'm like, why are the teams like just getting lower and lower every year, like the amount of teams? And I can't seem to pinpoint why that is.
also,
well,
Dogmar, just a note, I had to put Venus through the filter in order to accept that.
Venus.
I mean, there's a certain level of commitment to it, you know, that not everyone can make every split, but it, you know, and also some people do
Sure.
take it a little more seriously, and maybe it's stressful for them. I don't know.
Yeah, I will say our own purple team, that tasted purple, will be coming back not this split but next split. They're Kansas State C team.
Gotcha.
But they're available for scrims, and they're I guess at this point they're the longest tenured team because they've played a split with middle sticks, I guess, as well, because
Sure.
they technically played last split. Whether they had games to play was something else. But I'm just low key dissing all of the platinum players right now in
The
LKC
platinum
repeatedly.
players are salty. No, it's across. I honestly, platinum is the saltiest division for sure by a long shot.
So I have a question:
What's that?
the meat beats great diamond team or
Oh
greatest
yeah.
diamond team?
Well, seeing as how they disappeared off the face of the earth around like week 5 or 6, I want to say the greatest, but you know, they left me wanting more.
Yeah,
I was hoping they would come back. And maybe
Yeah, and Chandler might come back. He was the only diamond player on the team, the jungler. Maybe if he finds a team, his team won second place back in season 5,
Yeah,
I believe, as Sid in the slots. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna mention as Wing says in the chat, we actually scrimmed them right before the season start as double agents, and we beat them 2-0.
yes,
So
they were mostly made of gold players. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah. I in my heart of hearts, I really wanted them to do well, and I still do. And I
Yes.
thought, man, there's a chance Chandler, like given the right meta, given the right champions being viable, he can 1v9 the map. And I kind of wanted to see that happen. I kind of wanted to see Diamond put on its head,
Definitely. Yeah, and Chandler's a really good jungler, and I think if he was dedicated to a team that it was also diamond players, he would probably be able to get at least second again.
Yeah. The cool thing, what like all them dudes like grew up together and stuff, though. They had to play in Diamond because of Chandler.
Of course.
So I guess we're headed into this split. What are you excited about specifically this split? What are we doing that's new, that's exciting?
Right. So what I think is exciting is that we have finally decided to go ahead with the merging system. So if one of the leagues doesn't have enough players, we're going to merge League KC and OKLCS together. And that's something I wanted to do last split, because I really didn't want to leave, the one diamond team from LKC out. I wanted them to come over to OKLCS, but, just things didn't really work out the way we wanted it to. But I'm just glad. My goal is to, obviously, as a GetRECalled staff member, is I want to run, the best competition, best community event possible. And I think doing that requires, my ideal minimum is 6 teams, but we're not always going to have that. People come and go, people get burnt out, and then they feel the call of competition and they want to come back. But merging us together, so we at least have 4 teams and at least have players that want to play, we're giving them an opportunity to play. So I mean, that's probably what I'm most excited about.
And I will say, as a League KC staff member, even if we do merge all of our teams in there, we're still going to have other stuff that we do with League KC community. We're still going to try to make it grow.
The rec nights.
Yeah, we're going to start. We'd really hit rec nights and things like that after that, to try to get more people in for next split and for the future. And so don't worry about League KC going anywhere as its own separate entity. Might take a split off, but like we'll still have things to do throughout the split.
For sure. And that was one of the things when I first approached Matt and Megan with combining, bringing League KC under the GetRECalled name. My goal was never to take over League KC. I know there was this has been, a rumor a year ago probably, but there was oh no, they're trying to take us over. They're going to blah, 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 strip us of our identity. Never the case, never anything we wanted to do. My vision for this partnership was to run the leagues at the same time, have the best of the best in the region play against each other for the glory. It's really cool to mix it up a little and be like, oh, well, I played against these 6 teams for 10 weeks. Oh, wow, now I have 2 new opponents in this tournament style invitational, and I have to reevaluate the way I play. And so I just thought it would add another level to GetRECalled in the OKLCS and League KC dynamic.
I don't see why. So use the LPL, for example, or even, use the NBA, because that's basically there's an Eastern and a Western conference, right? I don't see why. And again, I only make videos. I don't make any real rules or decisions.
Sure.
I don't see why.
You're still part of the team.
Okay. I don't see why.
I don't know that you want him as part of the team all the time. I don't.
You don't.
He was getting spicy in the LKC chat. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, he can get spicy, and that's fine. He can get salty all he wants.
I'm a defender of justice, so. But, so I don't know why regionalism necessarily would maybe play a part in it at some point. Like maybe these teams form, and let's say there are 14 gold cap teams.
Which there's looking to be.
There could be, or even better, there's 16. So
Oh,
now
shit.
you could divide that 8 and 8, and instead of having an Eastern
Yeah.
and a Western conference, you classify them as LKC and OKLCS. And
Definitely.
literally, sure, you've got those labels on them, but what that means is like these are your conference teams and these are your conference teams, and then it just kind of blends into what you were wanting anyways. At the end of the day,
For sure.
you're kind of having that Midwest Invitational type situation just in your finals. And maybe it's a situation where they go to SoPro if they happen to live in, Kansas City or the area. They go
Right.
to Norman if they live in or they can go to the other one if they want to travel. It'd totally be up to them. But
And I totally agree with that. And that's where it looks to be going now. And I'm completely okay with that direction. The only reason I was originally not for that plan is because I didn't want to take away from the LAN in any way, because I feel the LAN finals is a very integral part of the OKLCS and the League KC, scene. It's good for the community. You get to get together and meet these people and have so much fun. And I kind of felt like, oh, well, we're not inviting them down to Oklahoma and they're going to play in SoPro. So it's like we're not getting that community interaction, which is why I wanted to host the Midwest Summer Classic in Wichita. So both teams could meet halfway and we could get that face-to-face interaction, community building vibe going. But of course, venues did not work out, and it was still fun online.
Yeah, honestly, the one-off tournaments were both a blast. Like playing in the
sure.
gold tournament, and I watched most of the platinum tournament before I had to go to work, unfortunately. But even as that, it was good to play with and against some of the teams. I was on an LKC team, so I was playing pretty familiar territory. Um, but it was a good time, and I think that it's a good direction to grow for the future.
For sure.
yeah, it's hype as shit.
I did like it. I mean, there's some sketchy stuff, but it's like, hey, stop being sketchy or you're gonna get banned. But
I
okay,
mean,
you're
well, yeah,
banned.
let's be honest though. Like the sketchy stuff didn't originate out of OKLCS and it didn't originate out of LKC, right?
Yeah, just out
So
of
I
some
mean,
freaking rando thinking he could come up in here and pull one over us, and we're like, excuse you, sir. Now, of course, we couldn't handle anything like live while it was happening, but we were behind the scenes trying to clean it up the best we could. And that's like another thing I want to point out is, yeah, I'm like a staff member, and like Jack and I, well, since Alex is gone, Jack and I like run Get Wrecked, but we're not professionals. We don't get paid to do this. We don't keep y'all's entry money, by the way. All of this money goes to things to help make the league better. It pays for our website domain. It pays for the Wi-Fi adapters that we gave to everyone at the finals. It pays for chairs and tables so we could set up at the Microsoft store more comfortably than their weird benches and stools that they had set up for us. And that's only, that what 15%, how much ever the cut is that we quote unquote keep. All of that goes to things that improve the stream, improve the LAN experience, etc.
Yeah, I'll say
And
the only
we're
thing that we did differently in LKC, we had giveaways that we did on stream that came out of that little
yeah, and we do
tiny
that
pocket,
too.
but
We would do giveaways, and honestly, most of those would come out of Jack's pocket. We did use some of the Get Wrecked funds, but most of it came out of Jack's pocket. We love doing our 12 days of LOL. So we start, December 1st through December 12th, give gifts, just a random drawing once a day. If you're watching the live stream or whatever we decide to do that day, answer a question, vote on a poll, etc. So yeah, we also love doing giveaways. We have a Get Wrecked store where we can make your custom stuff. So if you have a logo and your team wants shirts, like we could put your logo on shirts. I mean, it's going to be super basic, but it'll be cheap.
yeah, and a lot of the one-off tournaments are free entry too.
Yes.
Like Halloween last year was free entry, and
Yes.
I believe most of the time the payouts are skins for those, but like Turkey
Yes.
Trials,
All of
was that
the
free?
one shots are free, and
Yeah.
we give you mystery RP skins. So buy RP and give mystery skins out to the first place team. Same with Microsoft. Those are free too.
as a aside, I guess, we also have a LAN tournament in Kansas City called KC Game On. They were going to be I don't want to say participating in, but it's October 11th, I believe, during the split. We're going to try to get some of the LKC teams to head up there. If there's anybody from Oklahoma who wants to come up and play in that tournament, like we're hoping to have a pretty good
Yes.
presence there.
100%. Yeah, I really wanted to come to KC Game On just because I heard, all the fun stuff, and that kind of stuff doesn't happen in Oklahoma. So, like, Kansas City has a really unique, where they have SoPro and, the other gaming place. I can't remember the name of it.
We don't
like,
talk
you guys...
about it, apparently.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I've been
good to
told.
know.
No, it's Novastar. Novastar
Oh,
is the name of
Novastar.
it.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, like that kind of stuff doesn't happen in Oklahoma. We can't just go to this weekend-long mini gaming tournament thing where you just can play games and have fun all weekend. Like that doesn't happen. So
RTZ tried.
they did
At
try, and
least.
that place was pretty cool, but it was just in a really bad part of Oklahoma City.
Yeah, it was in a bad part of town, and like you didn't know what it was from the outside. Like season 2
Exactly.
finals were there, and when
Yeah.
you show up, it's like it was like a really broke ass, not Chuck E. Cheese, but like
It was a
something
rundown
like
building.
that. Yeah.
But
And
then you go inside, and it's
and
like
you make a
"Whoa!"
right, yeah, and all of a sudden like right. I mean, if they could have like just taken that room and made the rest of the building look like that, I mean, it might have done something, but
I will say
I don't know, it was
Novastar
sketchy.
or SoPro doesn't look super impressive from the outside either.
It doesn't. It's like part of a strip mall.
Yeah, especially
like,
because they
didn't
were
know.
like demolishing their parking lot at the time. But inside is very nice. I have no complaints about SoPro.
Yes.
The land center that shall not be named. Yes, perfect. Thank you, Wonders Art. Anyway, we're nearing the hour mark that we wanted to hit. Do you guys have any last comments you want to give out to the gamers and gamettes out there?
Quick. Okay, so we did have a question for I'm Heimel in the chat asking if we could get some predictions on OKLCS Gold this season.
So specifically, I'm going to go ahead and push that because I guess I could ask Ari about that, but Scrambles and I are going to be doing a full preview show for the split next week. That's our whole plan, is we're going to be doing power rankings and predictions and rosters for the split. So
Gotcha.
I'm going to push that for next week.
No, I'm totally cool with that.
Pushing that for next week. But Ari, if you have any predictions, go ahead.
Obviously Gecko Slammer Armageddon, GSM baby, gonna win it all. No, but they actually have a pretty decent roster, and if the team stays together this season, I think the gold team can be really good. But other than that, I mean, Tastes Like Purple, obviously going to be in the top 4. And then, honestly, they're going to get third. And then I'm actually looking forward to the hardest road. There's a couple people on that team that I'm not sure who they are, so I'm interested to view that ability level. And then other than that, I don't know a lot of the gold cap players, like just because I've always played a diamond cap and that's where a lot of my focus has been. That's a lot of the reason why we brought Casey Dodds on, so we could have somebody, that has a pulse on the gold cap, because, Jack, Alex, and I, we're all in diamond. Like, it's hard to, it truly is hard to focus on other divisions when you have like your own little community inside of this bigger community.
Bingo. That's why we have the show.
Yes, there you go. And I like it. This is a really good idea. This is really fun.
So that'll tie in the last slide here we have. Next week, we will be meeting the teams. We're going to discuss the initial rosters that everybody has posted for every team in every division for OKLCS, LKC combined, as it will probably turn out. And then we're going to do power rankings. Scrambles and I are going to throw some darts at a dartboard and try to figure out who's going to finish where in the final standings. And we're probably going to be hilariously wrong, but we're going to try, and that's what really matters.
Well, one of them's a lock, which has been pointed out several times tonight already.
You gotta
so we'll get one right.
We got one, and then it's just a matter of getting everybody else in there. We're going to plan on Wednesday at 8 as kind of the normal time for everything. Whether I can make it every single week is kind of sketchy because I work retail, but currently planned for Wednesday at 8 every week.
Yeah, because like the streaming will generally take place, Sunday, Monday, I assume. Obviously, there's some changes there with Alex going to Japan and OU taking.
Wait, hello?
Oh, he cut out mid-sentence.
Oh,
there he's
Discord died for a second.
Oh, sad.
We're good. We're on.
Okay. But yeah, hopefully we can do Wednesdays. Gives everyone time to watch the games, gives us time to prepare, and then Wednesdays we can kind of unpack what happened in the previous week, look forward to the next week, and hopefully continue those storylines week to week. So that way everyone's kind of up to speed about what's going on in all the divisions.
Yeah, that being said, I don't think we're going to have a guest for next week, just because I think Scrambles and I rambling for an entire hour about power rankings will take the entire hour. So,
I think we should have a guest from every team come on and make a case for why they're the
God.
top team.
That'll take like longer than an hour. Just gonna
No,
throw
they
that
get
out
60 seconds. We pull them in, we start a clock, they start yelling, we kick them out.
Oh my God.
maybe we're discussing things, but our first regular style show will be the week after that, where we're going to be doing pretty much recaps of what happened that week, in terms of results and interesting picks and things like that we saw, and then the half hour with our guest that week. So
I have beef with SEAL Team 6, Heimel.
Uh-oh.
Mainly because, look, I'm Heimel, but you're not, though. You're something else now because y'all changed your name. And I like the OU Gold. I was attached to it. And now
Yeah,
you
but I
destroyed
think
it,
they like
so.
legally can't.
Well, they didn't have to be.
represent
Yeah, but they didn't all have to name change.
Oh, I agree.
anyway, that's
Anyways,
gonna do it
I'm
for
back.
us this week. Thanks for joining us, Ari. Really
Yeah,
appreciate
thanks for having me.
coming
It's
on.
tons of fun. I'd love
Um,
to come back someday.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll look forward to Scrambles and I talking for an hour each week on the stream.
We'll
Oh,
bring
of
you
course. I
back.
could just listen to you talk all day.
We'll bring you back the week after the first team starts complaining about smurfing.
Hell
So you
yeah.
can-
I'll bring
so you can
screenshots.
atone.
I will bring you guys the screenshots that I have to deal with. How about that? How about we do like inside the life of a
Okay.
GetRECalled staff member?
Yeah, kind of like a mean tweets episode of
Oh,
like Jimmy.
geez.
Only it's
Yes.
like read all the stuff people send you.
Yes. I'll block out the names to protect the guilty even.
No. No, there's no anonymity here.
This will be the tribunal, honestly. Like
Oh, yes.
we'll just have a vote immediately following on whether the party was guilty or not.
Yes.
It'd be a good time.
You are voted off the island.
Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and transition out of everything then.
Yes,
Thank you guys
we're
for
leaving.
watching. We'll see you next week. Again, should be Wednesday at 8 p.m. We'll have our rankings and then, or we'll have our lineups and then rankings show with Scrambles and I.
Yeah, go sign up. Don't wait. Make sure
Yes,
you get
please
stuff
sign
submitted.
up. Especially Platinum and
that way-
Diamond.
Yeah, that way we can talk about you.
Yeah. And I need some competition. Hello.
Thank you guys. We'll see you next week.